Hi everyone. So I'm going to show you how to access the 360 videos that we created for you. When you first turn on the headset, you will see, stand by just one second. All right, where is the library? Goodness gracious. All right, so you will see this app library. You might see the surroundings, like the room that you're in. I'm sitting outside, and you will go to Skybox VR. This should be pinned in the upper left-hand corner. You can see I'm not using controllers. These are my hands. And when I flip over my hands, you can see that I do have access to this little meta icon. If I tap those two buttons, then the library will open and close. And then to actually select something, I'm going to tap my index and thumb fingers. So I'm going to open up Skybox. And in Skybox, you will have the videos. So this is sort of a virtual world that we're in here. These are stationary videos, so participants should be sitting down and they won't have to do anything once the video starts. So again, I'm going to use my thumb and my index finger. No controllers needed. And I will start let's start with stand.
What if we could fight chronic disease, not with a pill, but with a park? Can a simple walk through a meadow be a form of preventative medicine? Can we engineer our cities to make us healthier? We identified 9 rundown parks. 4 received a complete ecological transformation. Turf grass and cracked cement replaced with native Michigan wildflowers, walking trails, and community bird walks. The other 5 were left as is. Residents wore accelerometers and GPS trackers, capturing every step they took and exactly where they took it. The question, would a restored park actually draw people outside and keep them moving? The early data is in, and it's already clear. A restored park is not a summer's worth of flowers. It's a generational investment. At baseline, both communities looked the same, but over time, the trajectories split. On average, residents near restored parks gained nearly 30 more minutes of activity every single day.
You've probably heard that a kid's zip code can pretty much shape their future. Let's find out why. A new research project in Michigan is trying to answer that exact question. For decades, we've known it's linked to things like depression, anxiety, and behavioral issues. But these problems we see today didn't just pop up out of nowhere. They have deep historical roots. This study looks at how a history of structural racism is still shaping lives right now. We're talking about deliberate policies, things that were designed to segregate communities. Take this redlining map, for example. Those hazardous areas, they were often minority communities, starved of investment. The key is connecting those past injustices directly to what we see in Michigan today. To do that, the team is going to measure something called the Neighborhood Exposome. Basically, it breaks down a neighborhood's environment into three key parts. First, the built environment. Think parks, roads, and the quality of housing. Second, the social environment. This is all about the social fabric, like poverty and crime rates. And third, the toxic environment. We're talking hidden dangers like pollution in the air and water. So how will this project actually connect all these dots? Here's the plan. First, they're digging into historical records, mapping exactly where these policies happened. Then, they'll track how those neighborhood expo zones have changed over the last 20 years. Finally, they'll link those old maps to the health of kids living there today. This gets at the how the neighborhood today is a bridge from the past to the present. It's the first study to look at all three of these factors together over time. Why does all this matter? It's not just about history, it's about the future. The findings could actually change things, guiding policies on green space or even Michigan's highways. By understanding the roots of the problem, we can help create healthier communities for every child. Because a child's future shouldn't be written by a map drawn before they were even born.
What if we could fight
All right.
chronic disease, not with a pill, but with a park? Can a
So you can see that was it just played back to back, which is great. I wasn't aware that it was going to do that, so that's even better. I guess that's what I would recommend, just having them start on stand and then going to seeds. All right. Hopefully this helps you get to where you need to be. Make sure to charge the headsets ahead of time and have them at full charge. They should last about 2 hours. So good luck. Looking forward to hearing how it goes.